This video is a how-to on writing a legal analysis memorandum. Before we get into editing of the template, you first need to understand the purpose of this document. The purpose of this type of memorandum is to get educated on how the law will impact the facts of your case once you are in court. You achieve this understanding of the legal issue or issues involved in your case, the facts of your case, and how the law decides who wins and what they win based on the facts of your case. A memorandum of law is a written explanation on how the law works with the facts of your case so that you can guess the possible outcomes of your case accurately. This also helps with understanding what facts and evidence the court will need to make the decision you want them to make. Now open the template provided at the bottom of the page. The first step you're going to want to do is erase the content in the brackets for the header and insert the information that applies. The information that should be provided in the header is who the letter is addressed to, who it is from, the subject of the memorandum, and the date. Next, you are going to want to erase the content in the brackets below Statement of Assignment and insert what you have been asked to do and why. For example, this could be for an upcoming court appearance, an upcoming hearing for yourself, or a client seeking legal opinion. This area should include the question presented and should be sufficient enough to narrow down the statement of assignment. After that is concluded, you will want to move on to erasing the contents in the brackets below issue and inserting the legal question or issues that are considered in the memorandum. For formatting purposes, each legal question should have its own subheading to separate factors from case and rulings. Ultimately, for each issue or sub-issue, you should include as to how you think the court would likely rule on the facts. This will help when deciding the likelihood of courts ruling in favor of your desire. The only part you need to accomplish in this section is asking the question. The answering and analysis of that question is accomplished further in the document. Once you have completed listing the issue, you will next move on to erase the brackets below brief answer and insert your brief answer to the issue. This should clearly and fully respond to the question presented before. Begin with your conclusion. Then give a brief, no more than 5-sentence long explanation of the reasons for your conclusion. Summarize for the reader how the relevant law applies to your significant facts. After you have completed your brief answer, you will move on to the analysis. Start with erasing the information in the brackets and insert the analysis done on your issue. This section can be quite lengthy, which is why you want to have subheadings for each issue as to not confuse any case rulings. This section should include a formal and objective description of significant legal facts that are relevant to answering legal problems. This analysis may include if legal facts are favorable or unfavorable for the case in question. Add specific details from cases to compare to prior rulings of law. It is helpful in the analysis section to identify any trends in case law, as at this time you are going to want to address any arguments on both sides of the issue. For example, this is an incredible time to anticipate what both positions' arguments will be. After the analysis has been completed, you will want to move on to the recommendation/discussion section. For more information on how to complete a legal analysis, see the How to Do IRAC analysis page in Module 1 of the Community Law Training course. Start with erasing the content in the brackets and insert the recommendation you suggest based on only facts and analysis provided above. This is the time where you discuss applicable legal rulings and how or why the principles are relevant to the case. You should be comparing the facts and the reasonings of the case to the facts of your client's situation or your situation, for example. This should lastly include your recommendation of how to proceed using prior case rulings for your client's case or your case. You may want to state why you recommend this with the facts that led you to this recommendation. For the last step in completing this template, you will need to erase the content in the bracket below conclusion and insert your conclusion. You will want to include an abbreviated statement of that which you analyze in detail your discussion above. Do not include new information in this area. If you stumble upon a new case or ruling that is applicable to the situation, include it in your analysis. Do not introduce new information in the conclusion of the memorandum. The conclusion should briefly inform the reader of the law that applies and how it applies. After you have completed the template provided with the instructions, check that the document is in the correct format and layout as shown in the template. The white space you see on the document between sections is needed to make the document easier to read. As discussed before, this document can be lengthy. Remember that once this document is completed, it is not sent anywhere and stays with you. If you are not represented by an attorney, do not share this document with anyone, as the other party might be able to obtain it if they subpoena it from them. Keep this document to yourself or your lawyer.